everybody, and welcome to the start of another tournament series, a video series of tournament matches. Maybe not even a series, could just be one. Anyways, what we have here is the GU Summer Stakes, it's like steaks that you eat. Summer GU Stakes Finale. That is right. I totally know the name of this event. Nailed it. First take, no issues. The rules for this tournament, basically, they opened it up to 512 people. And since they required 15 gods to enter and $5 was too much for most people to pay, we ended up with 132, which means almost everyone got a bye into the round of 128, myself included. Prizes for the top 32, all matches up until the top 8. Top 8 is finale night, which will be best of 5s. All matches leading up to there are best of 3s, must win with 2 different domains. The only bans are you're not allowed to play mythics or promotional cards, which is weird because there are no good promotional cards. Like, is anybody really going to go into the tournament and start dropping rats on people? Unless they like losing and just, I don't know. It's not even a wallet flex. Like, you flex more with your wallet if you toss a Demogorgon out there than you do a rat. But anyways, for some reason, they did not want rats. So there will be no rats in this tournament unless somebody plays Ratify or messes with the Sanctum. But no special rats with cool wands and stuff like that. Anyways, this is my first match. Best 2 out of 3. I hope you all enjoy the video series that is to come. Welcome to the round of 128 in the GUStakes Summer Series Finale. I will be taking on, I'm not even going to try to pronounce their name. You figure it out. And we are opening with War, they're opening with Nature. I'm playing a control variant, which is why we're taking the Vulcan's Discovery God Power. There's Control War and there's Aggro War, and this is what Control War looks like. I do like Carnage Sweep, Savage Strike into War. Into War is not great opening hand. Savage Strike borderline. I like the sweep in this matchup because it's a very important card to have. We've got a lot of relics, so we'll just wait to get our relic a little bit later. I'm okay with this as a keep. There's one of our relics here. We're going to conserve our Pip because we can get more value out of it a little bit later, playing a more control-ish deck. I don't really feel the need to seize the initiative super early. So they're going to turn 1 Underbrush, which is certainly a line here. I'm just going to trade 2-drop for 2-drop. If we can equalize early, then we get some good things. A lot of people like to use the Wolf Cult as a 2-for-1 situation, but we can make an even trade there. I think we're coming out pretty decent. It doesn't have to be pretty. We don't have to get greedy on everything because later in the game we will be able to achieve more value. Moonlight Charm definitely is a card that can definitely spiral out of control. No Relic Hate in the Sanctum. We do have the Carnage Sweep, which is going to be key in the situation. So that's what I'm looking at from my perspective. I'm going to get out the Master Attack. It's better board presence. Next turn, we probably Magic Missile Launchers and attack, and then attack with this, with whichever creature they're going to buff. Yeah, they're going to buff this thing, I think. Yeah, and then this there. So, yeah, I mean, we Magic Missile Launchers and prevent this from being too big of a monster. That is how we're going to handle this situation. I'll give us both favor. I think, I mean, later in the game, it probably favors me because I can get more techie answers. Of course, they can too. Nothing in the Sanctum is super important for me to grab at the moment anyways. So that's going to be mildly annoying. First real decision of the tournament so far for us here. I have to think this through. I mean, I can attack into it and give him the Tavern Brawler. I kind of want to bait the Moonlight Charm here. So what I'm going to do is a very passive line. And so if one of these lives, we can Soul Survivor. If they buff here, then we get baited into the sweep. I just want to kind of milk that last charge. A little bit of greedy play here. Very patient on my end. We're playing kind of trappy. Though, to exploit this, they have to do a lot of things this turn and not activate this, which the both of those conditions are difficult to meet, I think. Maybe I'm incorrect. This could have been an inaccuracy on my end. Or it could have been very accurate, who knows. We have our opponent thinking, which is something. if we have him thinking, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so we did bait that at least, and then go face. Jag. Give us some more value for our sweep. Brilliant. Just go mega wide. Just play everything here. Play it all. Yeah. So, I mean, my line last turn looked stupid in some aspects, but, I mean, at the end of the day, we look like a genius here. We look like a genius. Just fall right into the trap. I even telegraphed it, too. So that's just huge from a value standpoint. We baited them super wide, get the sweep, and get the clear. We have first pick in the Sanctum. Nothing here really want to commit to yet. There's good chances I buy the Archer. This is going to be a problematic minion for sure. Yeah. So basically I'm planning on Demogorgon next turn, and I want to set up the demo, but nothing I can do sets up the demo because of this. So I'm just going to do this and hope this kind of goes face. And if it hits here, this isn't guaranteed to die. I can buy this. Overkill's 4. Yeah, I'm going to get some overkill damage to face, so we're going to buy this for some protection. If we can get one of these to live and then drop the Soul Survivor, this is something. Or actually drop the demo first, because if we have other things on board, it's less likely can just pick off the demo. Okay, Wildfire here. I do have to be wary of the Volca's Discovery. 15 favor, though, but they shouldn't be able to get it. If they have a Lightning Strike here, we're in a lot of trouble. Because this spiral's out of control, and we currently don't have an answer for it. So the Carnage Sweep gives us some more outs if they have an answer to this. If they don't have an answer to this, we play Soul Survivor. We buy this, and I think we're rolling. They have an answer for the demo here. We're in a very awkward spot, though. We are asking the question. This does regen to 8-9, so even the Athenian Archer is not going to be enough to kill it. Is there a smoother line than Soul Survivor? Probably not. I hate to give up Soul Survivor and the demo just to get rid of the Green Giant, but it is a problem. He's going to the rope, which makes me think he doesn't have a way to kill demo. He's going to expand wide. I mean, I guess we just have to Soul Survivor here. Fellow Tracker changes nothing in the situation. I can Soul Survivor and go face. The reason why I can go face is if he hits here, they trade effectively. And if he goes face, then we've got Wolf Cult Vanguard for next turn. And he didn't have removal for this last turn, so he probably just doesn't have it. I think that's optimal. So we get rid of those two. This... I mean, he's 50-50 to just trade. I'm not going to commit to the Sanctum yet. I don't know what I want. But, like, for instance, if this goes face, then we can Wolf Cult... You know, we keep the demo alive. He could have a Canopy Barrage, and then GP. But if he had Canopy Barrage, he had it with the Archer last turn, so he would have made a big misplay if he had Canopy Barrage. So he's either top decking or he's aiming for a 50-50 trade here. He misses. I think he missed. I think if you want to trade there, you don't lead with that attack. Oh, wow. He didn't miss. Or maybe he did. I mean, we kind of baited the Sudden Bloom there. Honestly, I don't feel bad about that at all. Let's just establish board here. I think we're doing pretty good right now. Compost Charm. So they will be getting a random card. And if it was Veil Warden, they did very good. Blade of the Nightpalm, not so useful in this particular spot. So against nature, you want to be wider. So we're going to leave both of these kind of damaged. I know, it's a little bit awkward with 1 health. But we just want to be as wide as possible here. You could have argued just leaving a 3-5 on board. Just trade, and just face. It's reasonable as well. You can see it either way. They do have a 7-drop now. We do have a wide board though. Oh, the Wildfire. We kind of walked into that. What was the second one? And we baited him to play it when they had no wild minions on board, so it wasn't the end of it's not end of the world type of situation, but it is a little bit inconvenient. I'd like to draw Ethereal soon, please. Is it greedy to ask that as a request? They have the option to buy this, but that would be a terrible buy with Athenian Archer in the Sanctum. Okay, they're just going to go ahead with this. Herticus, pretty bad time to draw that. Go ahead with this. And this. Not going to commit to the Sanctum yet. Nothing is really devastating or great for me at the moment. The worry is I buy something and then something good replaces, you know? It's just how the game usually ends up rolling. They have 8, and we currently don't really have an answer for Hevner. Could argue buying the Athenian Archer to trick off the ward. Set up as potential sweep. Okay, they've got the Fae Flame. So they'll be able to clear those 2 out, and then it leaves this as Sitting Duck. Sitting here looking for a target for Blade of the White Plane. Unable to find one at the moment. So they're going to go ahead and be able to obliterate stuff. It is a target for Blade of the White Plane. It is a 3/4 minion. So we don't draw a card, but we do destroy. I'm going to buy the Archer. This is the best card in the Sanctum. No reason to wait around here. And then it gets replaced by a better one. It always feels like that's how it goes, isn't it? Yeah, they were quick to buy that. Ugh. This is why you shouldn't be patient, kids. This is why you should not be patient at all. So they have a 7-drop in their hand from earlier, and they haven't played it. That is worth noting. I mean, I have no idea what it is. It can be anything. Herticus probably just kills this. Board presence allows this to go face, and GP allows this to actually peel here as well. Okay, Battle Oryx, of course, Sanctum replaces something that is relatively useless. End of War is pretty good because it's an answer to Heavener. Given the speed of his aversion, I'm pretty confident that it's in his deck. This is guaranteed to go... Yeah, it's guaranteed to do that. Exactly. It doesn't matter the order of operations. We're guaranteed 2 attacks with the Twin Strike. He's actually lived quite a while for somebody who was just kind of just thrown out there. Okay, Armonian Hydra was the answer to what did he get? Jeez, are they just going to eat? They're going to really... Wow, they just ate it. No concern for life. I mean, going to face gets him to 4. But I feel like I need to remove this. I've got more than 5 minions in my void. It's a stupid question to ask, but it's one I shall. So the order of operations on this is very important. This, and then this. So we're just going to get rid of this. Poof, be gone. This goes face. And we'll take this out as well. And Odie's pretty strong here. Nothing in the Sanctum concerns me, and I don't want to give him anything that actually helps him. Okay, Compost Charm. So that's why they weren't super worried about taking the extra points of damage. The Herdicus is still asking questions. It's a major body on the board. Might should buy... Okay, they buy the Battle Oryx. Okay. I was about to say, I might should buy it, but they buy it, and honestly, I'm okay with it. Okay, they're going very wide here. Probably should do something about this. Okay, they're just going to remove the protected. So I like this, because when we kill here, okay. So I don't want to play this yet, because we want to have a guaranteed relic for the sweep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Runa Sight to draw here. And both of those look good. So everyone loves a good old-fashioned 6-cost Demogorgon. I'm just going to go straight to the face. I'm just going to ask the question. You can have these 2 minions. And meanwhile, we have this board. You could argue buying the Valka's Discovery since we have the Demogorgon in hand, but honestly, I'm not too concerned. I mean, we do have the favor for it. Underbrush. Helion, that's not a card you see every day. How can he prevent lethal? Okay. This needs to hit here, and then this needs to hit here. Of course, then we've got Soul Survivor. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter where this goes, it's lethal. So we will end up taking game number 1. I let the little the Viking dude. Oh, he didn't let him get the goal shot in. Ah. We won game number 1 with War. That was fun. Control War. They're queuing back with Nature. We are queuing with a Gods Unchained classic, Board Wipe Death. Get out your popcorn, kids, because you're in for some excitement here. We love seeing Ava in our opening hand. And there's a streamer named Ava who's been wrecking the community recently. Shout out to Ava. Sometimes watches my YouTube channel, so I'm a big fan of anybody who admits that publicly. Or at least she lied about it, which is also cool with me. Sulfuric Rain is... Okay, I like this. We got the ramp, Light Bomb. Alright. Honestly, maybe some card draw would have made more sense here, but you know. It is what it is. I love an early Ava here, though. It just really messes with the opponent. Do I go for ramp first? I'm going to go ahead with this. See, the thing is this can go into this and then GP there. It's solid. You could just argue tossing this out, though. But getting these out and dead before Ava is a line. Ava counters this very well if they're buffing a... If they're buffing a minion that... Jeez, my mind just froze. Ever had that happen to you? If they're buffing a three or less cost minion with this, then Ava kind of deals with it. So this and Blight Bomb gets rid of this, and we don't have to worry about this yet. So I think that line's pretty solid. But I mean, you could just argue just trading an Ava, actually. Another line. Or just flat out playing Ava and going face. Like, what does ramping do for me here? I mean, this is just right. This is just the right move. There's no reason to get fancy here, right? We're in a good spot. Let's just play good. Let's play good Gods Unchained here. As opposed to playing bad Gods Unchained, which is the alternative. Grow summon, so they're getting value. What we really need is card draw, and that's what we haven't gotten so far this game. I could have been more greedy on my mulligan and got rid of the Blight Bomb. I still think my line was still correct. APOC, okay. So I'm just killing this. That way the Ava, when Ava dies, it doesn't transform the Ruined Asp. That's why we did it. So now if this goes into here, this gets turned into a 1/1 zombie. Guaranteed. So everything on the board is even cost, including this. So I can always do this to just completely nuke the board. Jeez, they got that card. Here's something in the not I mean, you see from everyday cost. Like, yeah, I think I just have to. They just went for the jugular here. This is just too unreliable at the moment. I want to double check everything's even. That costs 2. I have to make sure on the Carcass Vulture you never see that card. 2, 2, yeah, 2. Okay, everything costs 2. So kill all the evens. I need card draw, so I'm gonna take the Ambitious Adventurer. I mean, we got two demos and an APOC here, so we're sitting pretty overall. But I still want to kind of dig here. All right, that is a big black rhino. Probably almost always playing this turn, but I'm gonna do this draw first. Return to cave, solid draw. And do we GP here or keep the body? I'm going to keep the body. You never know with nature. Some of their things just hit wherever they hit. So having just residual bodies on the board is good. And it's not like I mean, even if we use the GP there, it gives our opponent options and doesn't leave us with any. They go to the face. I believe the face was the place they wanted to go. Now, if they have a sudden bloom, they may just flat out play it right now. But they do not play a sudden bloom here. Now, we learned from last game they do run Helia. See, if I demo and they Helia, I'm in a really tough spot. So I'm just going to APOC. I think this play is a lot safer. I don't know if it's correct or not, but I think it's a lot safer. A lot less can go wrong with this, I believe. Okay, we get in times. That's good. Another board wipe. So we probably play demo followed by demo. And now, see, if they have Helia on this board, they're going to lose one creature immediately through the demo. It's just a lot less devastating. Right, so it's a lot less devastating if they Helia and then have these two just, like, run into here or do whatever confused creatures do. They have Lightning Strike, okay. Half-Life is interesting. Get back Ava. We can ramp. Honestly, their board isn't scary enough for demo yet. So I'm going to draw, and I plan to play this just to kill this. Okay, another Return to Cave. Get out the ramping here. I'm mildly concerned about Heaveners, so I'm picking up this so that end time is an option. Just feels like a deck that's running a Heavener. Okay, the Rune of Strength. They'll probably remove this. Animal Bond Wildfire, potentially. Yeah. A ping for this. Nope. So this is a good spot for demo. Rune of Strength. Ooh, they just burnt that after attacking first. Yeah, I don't know about that. Siren of the Grave is certainly something to keep in mind. We do know they're running the just making sure I'm not overdrawing. Seven. They've got 7. I think my original line is best still. It's just very simple. We can still consider this line for future, or even the Sulfuric Rain plus End Times is a line. So they have the second Lightning Strike for that. Okay, they wake up two points of damage. It is what it is. They should grab the Rune of Fire while they have the opportunity, and they do. So I'm gonna toss this archer. Do this. We will draw 4. We lose 4. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna do this in the right order. Toss the archer. We know from last game they had anti-sleep in their arsenal. So this is why I'm doing this line this way. Just for hand clearance reasons. I'm going to try to bait them into overdraw. Canopic Hoarder can kind of get this sleep chain going here. Another Canopic. Baiting in the overdraw. We just want to nuke the rest of their deck. Yeah, okay. So we drew Helia, so it gives everything ward, which means we have to APOC. But I think we're okay with this. I did toss my Athenian Archer, which may be a grave mistake, though. Yeah, no choice but to APOC here. Okay, Celestial Stag. Some random RNG stuff. I'm going to return to Cave because it just fits. Beetle. Probably Canopic the next 2 turns just to get them to kind of get through their entire list. Probably optimal. So we're going to sleep and draw 2. Okay, Neferu. Rock. Get this on board to chip away at that. 8. I'll just end turn here. Could have gotten a little bit more greedy with the V-Rock, but it is what it is. I don't want to overdraw myself because I know I have Jason left in the deck. So that's not a card I want to lose. Another Basilisk. Lots of anti-sleep. See, what I'm worried about is if I go with the sleep route and he hits me with another anti-sleep, I kind of get wrecked here. So I'm just going to do a safer route of killing everything. This is my last... Well, okay, I've got this, but, you know... It's my last cool board wipe. My other board wipes are lame. Doubles Fort Basilisk. Helia. I wonder if he's running Ironclads too. No idea. I'm expecting Heavener. This just feels like a nature list which has Heavener. But we haven't seen it. Up there it is. That's big. So I have to use the curse on that. Jason. Can play this. Take this expensive stuff. Expensive. Expensive. That was a great Jason. So the form of power in the Sanctum is our savior. Double check. This is even. Go ahead and get rid of that. Thank you. This goes to the face. And we just, like, 3 of our next 5 cards are just premium late game stuff. So we're feeling very good about this spot. I think Heavener is their big threat that I had to worry about. And I do think I needed to worry about it too. Sulfuric Rain. Alright, I can kind of just board wipe him here. So this basically guarantees us a quality play next turn. Blight Bomb. Go ahead, remove this. Just playing defensively. We know what's coming for us, and the coming is going to be good. So our next 3 cards, in no particular order, are Tiet, Theriel's Anvil, and Avatar of War. I feel pretty good about that. So, whichever card we draw, we play. Avatar of War. I said whichever card we draw, we play, and I stick to my word, because I am a man of my word. Go ahead, remove this. Pick up the Bronze Servant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could say this is a waste of a Blight Bomb, but the idea here is that if he could make me draw with like a wind-up roller in the Sanctum, he could get me to overdraw one of my top drops. And I didn't want him to do that. And obviously I bought this to protect this. So that was the thought process behind wasting that Blight Bomb. But then again, here, this late in the game, when you've got a Neferu, how valuable is Blight Bomb? So that was definitely one of the cards they got earlier from whatchamacallit. There's nothing wrong with giving up your pride and making an even trade when you know what's coming. And this is large. Nature struggles with this. We do know they have one more 7-drop in hand and 3 other cards. Another Cyclops. Do we have lethal? We're 1 off of lethal. Yeah, honestly, I had no idea what he does here. I think conceding is optimal. Compost Charm. It's a Compost Charm. That prevents lethal. No, it doesn't. Oh, that almost prevented lethal. That was funny. That was funny. And the Avatar of War relic does get a dead, and we get the win in round number 1. Board wipe death, ladies and gentlemen. What the people came to see.